good morning, evening, or afternoon. I'm Skeptically Speaking,
I'm Sweet Pea from across the pond.
and this is the Skeptically Speaking show. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Rumble, Kick, and now Substack. How have you been, Sweet Pea?
I am doing well. My thumb is healing. All right. I still can't quite bend it because it hurts, and I nearly dropped a cup of coffee last night because I forgot I couldn't bend my thumb, and I completely picked up the mug and nearly dropped it on my poor Bichon, and he wasn't too amused. But how are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing all right. Well, I heard a rumor that I need to look into. Maybe it'll be a subject of one of our shows. We'll see. The Octopi Underwater City.
Oh, I have read a little bit about that.
Have you? I haven't. I have only heard rumors. I still need to look into it a little more. I want to make sure. It sounds too good to be true. Octopi, as you know, are solitary. They don't hang out together. So how the hell do they have a city together? I mean, goodness, they literally eat each other. How do they manage?
There is a video / type documentary on YouTube of the Octopi City.
Is
it's like
there?
an hour long. Mm-hmm.
Is
yeah,
it legit?
It's really interesting. Yeah, it is legit.
All right,
I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
Maybe the octopi have teamed up with the boo-boos, and the boo-boos are getting the octopi to cooperate with each other, so they're not into cannibalism.
Because that's what we need is a octopi labubu partnership. Anyway,
Yes,
I wanted to also mention we did a good job on the covering the well-read black girl TikTok personality who has come under MAGA attack, come under the attack of the same people that this guy now supports. They have targeted her, and she has been fired from her job without cause. She, as far as we can tell, she's done an exemplary job, not had a single complaint, and they just fired her over a bunch of hearsay from TikTok. And that is fucking awful. And what is interesting, I did hear the bishop on TikTok, who you have informed me is his sister. He mentioned the guy who doxed her. He mentions the guy who doxed her and then mentions something about videos that have been edited to make people say what they didn't say. So that now makes me wonder if that was the reason why she lost her job, was an edited video. I'm telling you what, this AI shit in video editing software is getting out of hand. It'll literally make you say shit you'd never say in your life. If that's not concerning enough.
No, it's really concerning, and I think what happened to well-read black girl is absolutely disgusting. It shouldn't have happened. She didn't break her code of ethics, and what well-read black girl does in her own time is her own business. It shouldn't have any implications on how she is at work, and I think that guy is absolutely vile, disgusting. He deserves everything that's come into him.
Yeah, so yeah, come to find out he's got an arrest record a mile long. This guy has kicked the hornet's nest, and he has gone to a place you do not come back from.
I just want to apologize. It is well-read black woman, not girl. I apologize.
No, it is Black Girl because that's what her moniker says. That's her actual TikTok
Oh,
name.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I
My
understand
bad.
the difference between what they're
Yeah,
so what's been
yes,
happening on TikTok is they do not want to hear the word girl. It's either woman. If you mention girl, you're talking about underage persons, but
yeah.
that's not what's happening here. But anyway,
Okay.
the yeah, the thing that gets me is how I mean, they just didn't hesitate. They didn't even bother doing any kind of deep dive or digging, and they just found it easier to just get rid of her. And what's been happening is black women have been targeted at work. There have been, I heard somebody mention 180,000 black women have been affected and just fired at work. That's a fuck ton.
That is, and it's completely disgusting.
And I'm sorry, I don't believe for a fact it's all bad behavior. You know,
No.
This seems a little targeted and surgical.
Yes, and it comes down to this. If white people think that they don't have white privilege, how come so many black people are getting fired from work on the hearsay of white unseasoned Karens?
Yeah. About
It
as
is completely
unseasoned as that
disgusting.
chicken right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's gross. But yeah, it's just
Very.
which brings me to Snoop Dogg. It brings us to this point that we're talking about. He's the subject of today's show. Basically, he wrecked his legacy on MAGA. He decided to go over to the dark side. He decided to go over to the side that targets black women. And men for sure, but black women, they're going after them super hard because they know that if they can bring down the black woman, they've got the entire community. You know, and they understand this, and that's why they're hitting them especially hard. And this guy, see, part of me wonders if this. Well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but what caught my eye was after his embarrassing performance at a Bitcoin / Trump rally. He came across my FYP feed at TikTok, and he is advertising Cane's Chicken. Now, you may not have eaten at Cane's Chicken, but think of Cane's Chicken as a KFC, the dumbed down version. I mean, we're talking dumbed down. It's mediocre food. You know, it's just mediocre food for premium prices. I'm like, I ate there once, and I don't know if I'll ever go back. Why? Why would you go back there? And this guy is just, I don't know. Some people, I've heard, there's a video we're going to play later about somebody saying, oh, well, it's probably for a paycheck. I'm like, okay, but he doesn't need, what is his net worth? When they got rid of Howard Stern, when they finally discontinued they canceled his show. And I don't think it was because of things he said. I think it was due to money. It all comes down to money. His net worth is of today $650 million. He's set for several lifetimes. So when I see Snoop Dogg, who has who's had all of these lucrative deals. He's had, I'm sure, book deals, movie deals. He's been on he's done collaborations with Martha Stewart. He's been on game shows. I mean, not to mention his music. But what really caused me to pause was his net worth as of right now is about 160 million. Now, don't forget his weed deal. He has his own brand of marijuana. Now, my thing is, how the hell does he only have 160 million? I thought for sure he would have way more than that. Now, that's not to say that I mean, Dr. Dre is almost worth $1 billion. Beyonce is worth 826 million. Selena Gomez, who's not a singer, but she's 700 million. That's a fuck ton. So my thing is, what is going on with Snoop Dogg? Why is he only worth that much? Go ahead.
Because he's a MAGA sellout. Like, he's a literal sellout. Like, did he not think of like his wife or his daughters before voting for a 34 convicted felon?
He doesn't consider them in his decision making. He's from the old school that what I say goes. I'm the one making the money. I say this and I say that, and if you don't like it, there's the door. That's kind of his philosophy on life. But
that is
so when someone said, "Oh well, yeah, good." So when he arranges a deal to perform at this crypto, I mean, I'm sorry, but the paycheck couldn't have been that big, or was it?
I think he probably done it for free, and I think he's like donating loads of money to like Trump's super PACs.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think so.
He's such a fan of Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if he's done it for free.
Oh, well.
I might be wrong.
Someone said he was paid 1.5 million according to the Root. Although this specific payment was not confirmed for Snoop Dogg's performance, it was also not an official performance itself. I don't know. So there are some who say he wasn't paid, and then another 1.5 million. That's a pretty big chunk of change. I mean, he actually gets paid for a concert. He gets paid 1.5 million. That's just the starting range to almost 2 million per concert. So
that is ludicrous.
So Nelly was reportedly paid 1.5 million to do Donald Trump's inauguration, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just sorry. I don't think they're going to do that for free. You know what I mean? It's highly suspicious of me. Excuse me. It's highly suspicious for me to believe that. You know what I mean? I just can't.
I'm just processing a minute. Did you say Nelly? Is Nelly a Trump supporting sellout?
Yes, he is. Yep.
No.
Yeah. I know. It's sad, and I mean, here he is hawking this nasty ass chicken. I'm sorry. If you're eating at Cane's, you must think that unless they've changed the recipe since the last time I was there, it just looks bland. I'm sorry. The stuff on the right here, that looks like Cane's chicken. Now the stuff on the far left, I don't know if you can see that. on the far left, that looks like somebody did that at home, which is that's called a sad attempt, and you need to go back and do it again. But
that if that's the one that I think you're looking at, I think that is the one that I kidnapped off a Google restaurant.
ugh, that was a restaurant that did that. Close it down. If you go, okay, here's the threshold for the very bottom. You cannot go below this. If you go below Cane's Chicken, you need to be shut down.
I put in the search engine.
What'd you put in the search engine?
I literally put in the search engine unseasoned chicken. And after about 5 minutes of scrolling, I come across those pictures, and I was
kudos.
Like, "Oh my god!"
They did a good job. They gave you exactly what you asked for.
Yeah,
because that is the spitting image. So anyway, let's get into it. According to USA Today, Snoop Dogg has since apologized for his performance. Snoop Dogg, who's among the most renowned rappers globally for his decades-long career in the business ventures, he's the CEO. Oh, he is CEO of Death Row Records. Okay, and that's where he gets a $50 million deal by being there. So he took over, I guess, from Suge Knight. He was the torchbearer of the 2024 Paris Olympics. I remember that vividly because it was only last year. And it was just like, yeah, man, Snoop Dogg was just everywhere during the Olympics, and just watching Snoop Dogg's reaction at the Olympics was just like, yeah, all right. And then he turns around, and it was just a shock. But apparently there were warning signs way back when, and that just shows you how little immersed I am in this world. But so he's received 16 Grammy nominations. He has the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's been in various commercials and films. He is a record producer, DJ, entrepreneur, and enthusiastic advocate of cannabis, which we knew. The only person that could smoke Willie Nelson under the table. Or is it the other way around? However, his recent decision to perform at the inaugural Crypto Ball for President Donald Trump last month made him infamous among many in the African American and hip-hop communities. He continues to catch flack for his decisions, and rightly so, because the issue gets to the heart of leadership and responsibility in the black community. And I think they're probably taking that from either Grio or The Root. But while playing for the President of the United States may be considered a crowning achievement for many artists, it was shocking to see Snoop Dogg hyping up a MAGA crowd, given that just 8 years ago calling Trump a racist, threatening to criticize any African American who chose to perform at his first inaugural. And I remember that. And he just went on just a expletive rant fill, Go ahead.
Speaking of rants, I feel like I need to stick up for Willie Nelson. I'm sorry, but I am fully aboard Willie Nelson train. He would definitely smoke Snoop under the table. I'm sorry. Willie Nelson is a fucking legend.
Yes, he is.
That's all I gotta say.
And Snoop Dogg went on this just huge rant. He just, you effing N-word, this, that, and the other thing, and I'm going to roast the bleep out of you, you Uncle Tom blankety blank. He just went on. And we were like, you know what? All right, we stand with you. We stand with you. Good job. And then 8 years later, he's performing at the inauguration. So it's like, okay, now where do we go from here?
Once upon a time, Snoop would have been able to roast someone, but he's been drinking the MAGA Kool-Aid, so now he couldn't roast his way out of a wet paper bag. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, well, in the video we're going to play in a little bit, I think it helps explain what his thought process is.
How could he?
And again, I'm sorry, but
I idolize Snoop.
Yeah. I mean, I never idolized him because I was never in that world. But
Oh,
I knew enough to know that he was a legend, but I just can't wrap my head around this
proverbial
ad
was. Yeah.
for Kane's Chicken. Here's a close up of it, if anybody wanted to see it. And it's just sad. It's like, of all the chicken restaurants to hawk for, you chose Kane's. And I think that was deliberate. Either it was the only restaurant that would,
Take him. I
take
reckon it was
him
the only
at the
restaurant that
time.
would take him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't
Most of the restaurants are not going to want Trumpism attached to their names.
well, it's not
Sensible
it's
ones,
not that
anyway.
it's well, right. It's not just Trumpism. They don't want the blowback. That's all. It's
Yeah.
not. It has nothing to do with ethics or morality or doing the right thing. It's all about money. It's all about money.
Yeah.
And if they think they're going to get blowback,
That's what I
they're going to
meant.
be like, sorry, we're going to have to keep you at a distance. Now, he was doing T-Mobile commercials not too long ago, wasn't he? Did I not see him doing T-Mobile commercials?
He
was doing a
might
cell
have
phone
done. I
company.
try and
Yeah.
well, I hope it was T-Mobile and not Vodafone, because my ass will have to move.
No. No, you can't help with who they take as their spokesperson.
I know,
But
it's just,
but the fact
it's icky.
and the sad thing is, when I just remember watching footage of him performing at this place, half the crowd wasn't even paying attention to him. That he was like more like background noise. Everyone's talking to each other, taking selfies, and there he is, and it's like, I mean, I know it wasn't a proper concert, but it's just like it's like nobody there had respect for him. They were just, let's just take video footage. Oh, look, there's Snoop. So, a video of Snoop Dogg in 2017 confuses everyone. I mean, this is the video where he's just going on a rant. But it's just sad. He was issuing, this is the issuing warning. And then he goes and performs for these guys. It's like, God almighty. So people that performed: Nelly, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross. Now, Rick Ross, I wonder if that's the same Ross. No, that can't be. I'm thinking of Freeway Ricky Ross, the cocaine dealer. Oh, or heroin dealer. No, it was crack. Never mind, crack cocaine dealer. There we go.
Drug dealer.
So Nelly says, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It doesn't matter who's in office. It's like, fool, you got paid 1.5. You were paid 1.5. Don't tell me this is an honor. You were well paid. Now, again, a criticism could be gone the other way during Kamala Harris's, when she was running her candidacy. There were quite a few artists that showed up to her rallies, and they did get paid as well, if memory serves.
I know. Do I remember once upon a time that Nelly was so popular? Like, I had like a crush on him when I was growing up. I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
And like, I can remember everybody walking around with like a little plaster on their cheek.
Yeah. It's just
I
so
don't know if
sad.
you remember that.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
It
again,
is.
I was never. See, the hip hop world, I knew more about the rock music world, and we just stayed away from rap. Rock music was, again, preached against in the church I went to, rap especially. And so I didn't hear hardly any, rap. It was just the beats, the different beats I heard. But that's it.
Do you know, if I ever hear that Dr. Dre and Eminem come out as Trump supporters, I'm going to be truly crushed.
And see, I wonder if that has a little something to do with it. I think that the fans are showing loyalty to these guys, or they're just smarter
Yeah.
with their money. I don't know. I don't know. Is Snoop Dogg blowing his money on foolishness? Who's to know?
Ow.
But Dr. Dre, holy fuck, he's worth 4 or 5 times what Snoop Dogg is, and I'm just like, okay.
Dr. Dre's worked really hard for what he's got.
Let's see, Eminem. Let's see.
He's another artist that's worked really hard for what he's got as well. And he's not like a sort of Vanilla Ice type, you know? Because like I used to like listening to Vanilla Ice, but then I realized that Vanilla Ice was just like some.
Well, Eminem is worth 250. Yeah, Eminem is 250 million. So I don't know, but he passed up Snoop Dogg, which okay.
Another one. And another rapper as well that I hope never comes out as a Trump supporter. He actually went to prison because somebody thought he had ratted when he didn't rat. Oh. And I can't remember his name because I've got like... Oh my God. I can't remember his name. I'll get back to you on that. I will remember his name. But he was before Vanilla Ice, but like Vanilla Ice tried copying his style. So he like called Vanilla Ice out on being a poser. And I can't remember his name. Oh.
Yeah, so, but anyway, but according to the Hollywood Reporter, his fans, I mean, I don't know. I mean, right now, if all he did was let his money make money, he would be set for life. But I don't know. I just don't think he would lose it all, but he could lose quite a bit. You know? I mean, I don't know if I want to play the entire video of him, but it's just sad how far he's come and how far he's fallen. Go ahead.
Of course, it's Snow. It was Snow.
I've not heard of that.
Oh my God, he is an excellent rapper. If you really need to check him out.
Yeah.
And it was the song Informer that he done.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
really
Snoop Dogg, he
out.
now says, I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump. Let's just go ahead and cue the video. But this should serve as a cautionary tale. You know, this should scare all of us, you know.
Uncle Tom for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first? Osby's the one that performs for himself.
Now, this was a couple years ago, so he technically wasn't the first one to perform for Donald Trump, but at least, like, back up what you were saying a couple years ago, or at least let us know why all of a sudden you changed your mind on it. Now, I don't blame him because he probably got paid a fat bag to DJ at this event, and that's most likely gonna be his response to the situation, saying like, man, they paid me so-and-so $1 million to DJ for these white folks for 30 minutes. Of course I was gonna take the bag. Which, sure, but it doesn't look too good when Elon Musk even jumps in and says the vibe shift is real with a laughing emoji. Now, even the insufferable ladies.
Uncle Tom for doing it. Which one of you
minutes, of course I was going to take the bag. Which, sure, but it doesn't look too good when Elon Musk even jumps in and says, the vibe shift is real with a laughing emoji. Now, even the insufferable ladies over at The View had something to say about the situation, questioning why Snoop Dogg was doing this to begin with, which is bad in itself because The View sucks. Like, they suck.
If you spoke up against Trump January 7th, 2021, but you were there now applauding him like a trained SEAL, Donald Trump has not changed. You've changed. Yeah.
Getting called a trained SEAL is crazy to me, but this is how these people treat you if you don't agree with them. Personally, I would have to question your intelligence if your political opinion is based off what Snoop Dogg agrees on, but I think it's very funny that some people look at it like, oh, well, Snoop Dogg's not rocking with him, YG's not rocking with him, we shouldn't rock with him.
The black community was not fucking with Trump, you know what I'm saying? But when that PPP and all that came out, black people forgave him.
So it confuses a lot of people when these celebrities say something and then they get a fat check, turn around, and end up performing for the person they say they hated. And to make matters worse, we got Elon looking like he's throwing up a goddamn salute. Which got so bad that the ADL had to step in and say, like, let him be, he's weird. Which I wholeheartedly agree with. I think Elon is just a very awkward person. Every time I see him speak at anything, I want to crawl out of my skin out of, like, secondhand embarrassment.
That the alien, there's no like aliens visiting, like.
But we kind of got to sit back and analyze the big shift that's happened over the years. Back in 2016, you couldn't wear a Trump hat without being stoned to death. And now it's like, oh, okay, well, he's not that bad, guys. He won twice.
They're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be.
Which makes a lot of celebrities look dumb because now they got to go back on their word since a lot of their audience no longer feels the same way they do anymore. So it's kind of like, damn, this is awkward.
It will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
And honestly, I can't blame.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, the man has freed a lot of rappers who were.
I don't
in
know.
jail. Not that him free.
See, part of me, the thing is, if his fans didn't feel that way anymore, why is there such a huge backlash? Somebody's feeling some sort of way. You see what I'm saying? The fans.
I think some of his fans might be Trump supporters as well, and I think the other half are not. So that's probably where the backlash is coming from. But
Maybe.
he would definitely be getting support from like other Trump supporters that like him as an artist. And I can't believe that he drank the Kool-Aid. I honestly can't.
Who knew?
I was like, I honestly didn't think, because of how intelligent he is, like I've watched him in like documentaries, like when he's been at home around his family and stuff, and he seems so reasonable, intelligent, down to earth, and I didn't think he would fall for this fucking Trump bullshit, let alone vote for like a convicted felon.
Well,
and
money talks. My thing is, I originally thought, is this a hostage situation? Are we looking at a hostage situation? Is it possible that they've got something on him and they want him? But I'm like, well, hold on. If that were the case, they would be a lot more black rappers that would be targeted and singled out, and him, Nelly, and Soulja Boy, and now what's that fuckface's name? ASAP Rocky. Unbelievable. That fucking weirdo. Okay, but
do you think they've got something on them?
No. Those guys are just, they're fucking up their own lives, and they received a pardon from Donald Trump, so therefore, woo, we're pro-Trump now. Oh, Lil Wayne, Mr. Drank, Mr. Codeine himself. I tell you, these guys' brains have been busted. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You know, But Snoop Dogg, I think he needed a paycheck, and he just decided, you know, go with where my bread's getting buttered. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's play some more of this video.
Okay.
Especially because people are saying that that's the reason why he did it to begin with, to have the people be like, hey, well, he freed our favorite rappers, we should definitely like him. But Kodak Black is like, yo, this is my president, I would die for him because he freed me from a situation I probably would be in jail for still.
Even though he probably don't need it. If he needed $1 million, would you give him $1 million?
Of course, nigga.
And the whole ASAP Rocky situation was pretty crazy too.
I have been called by so many people asking me to help ASAP Rocky. Actually, the one who knew about ASAP Rocky was our first lady, right? And she was telling me about, can you help ASAP Rocky?
Especially with Donald Trump's viral tweet where he said, it was a rocky week, get home ASAP, which is hilarious for him to even tweet. And speaking of ASAP Rocky, he's currently again in legal trouble after allegedly firing a gun at a former friend and facing maybe around 24 years after he just refused.
So this moron gets a get out of jail free card, then takes a firearm and shoots it at somebody. Dude, you're not getting out of that one. Motherfucker, that is not that's getting charged. That's a state charge. There's no pardon for state charges. Mother of
Should be charged for that shit.
Fuck.
He shouldn't have been pardoned in the first place, the fuck.
What's he doing with a fire? Well, hold on. If you've been pardoned, does that doesn't clean your record, does it? Does that?
No, it just pardons you from the charge that you had. It doesn't wipe your record clean.
Oh,
for that,
yeah.
You would need to go through
okay, so
courts and
that's
special
why.
Things.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's why he's facing 20 years. I thought 20 years is a little high, but what do I know? Well, yeah, he ain't supposed to be having a firearm. So now he's getting charged with, I don't know if it's attempted murder. I don't know if they could prove that, or negligent homicide, or whatever, however they word it. But then the gun charge itself, it's like,
it could be aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, okay.
And they might have put charges of attempted murder on there as well. Having a weapon without a license. There's a number of things that they could have charged him. We'll have to wait when his record comes out. Yeah. I hope they do. I hope he goes to prison. I seriously do, because dangerous people.
All right, let's listen to some more. Here we go.
The plea deal, so we have yet to see what's going to go on with that situation.
Is accused of firing a gun at a former friend outside a Hollywood hotel in 2021. He has pleaded not guilty, and his lawyer says Mayers is looking forward to clearing his name. If convicted, Mayers could get a maximum sentence of 24 years in prison.
But you kind of got to give it to the man. I mean, he's really trying to get the entire culture to back him up. He's trying to change the perception that everybody's been having about him for the past couple of years, and it's somewhat working. I mean, we have a lot of people like Lil Pump, or as Trump calls him, Lil Pimp, come out and support him. Not that it matters in any way, shape, or form, but it's a thing.
And speaking of sound, music, and other things, one of the big superstars of the world, Lil Pimp.
I also find it hilarious that Rick Ross was one of the people that went with Snoop Dogg, because if you don't remember, Rick Ross was one of the people who said that Drake was a white boy.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I don't need you for a remix, white boy.
But I don't see Drake over at Trump's rally. Now, Nelly also attended this event and said, this is not a campaign trial. This is not anything that I feel like I'm influencing people to sway how they feel, but it's more about the respect and the honor of being invited for what I like to call the greatest country on the planet. He then said, regardless of the differences we have, it's all about coming together and being positive. He also said it's an honor for him to perform for the president of the United States, regardless of who is in office. He also said that it's not political, and he's not trying to tell anybody who they should vote for.
So what I tend to say is, yo, do your own homework.
Not
make
political.
your own decisions about it. But what I will say is that I respect the.
Not only is that a nasty ass basement he's in, I mean, dude, this guy's rolling in money, and that's the best he could do. he couldn't even put up a screen behind him to look somewhat professional. It's like, and I could see the expression on the interviewee's face. This is just for the honor of the president. It's like, dude, you got paid. You got paid. You cannot tell me you didn't get a little guap. Come on now. Don't insult our intelligence. But let's go on.
Office. This isn't politics. The politics for me, it's over. He won. He's the president. He's the commander-in-chief of what I would like to say is the best country in the world.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Am I a Trump? I support the office of. I support the president of the United States, regardless of who's in office.
Now, Snoop Dogg infamously doesn't think this way. He doesn't agree that even though he's the president, he should receive the same amount of respect as anybody else.
How do you know he thinks that way? What are you, in his brain?
Now what? I draw the line. He drew the lines.
Exactly.
He drew the lines. Before him, there were no lines. Everybody was everybody. We respected everything. We didn't trip. When you drew the line, you can start pointing motherfuckers out and saying, y'all didn't.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You and them.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking
Kanye
about Donald
too. Don't forget about him too. You too.
So I see him coming out and saying that the only reason why he went to the event was because he wanted to support crypto. Because it probably doesn't look that good for him to be all of a sudden best friends with Donald Trump for no reason.
That's that crypto, see? They let a real crip up in the crypto ball. Ooh. Bang, bang.
For a lot of these artists, having a platform is really just signing with what the public opinion wants, or what they think the public opinion wants to hear. And this is exactly what these rappers are doing. Everybody hated Trump back in 2016, so it was cool to hate Trump. And now that a lot of people are trying to switch vibes, they're like, okay, well now it's starting to become cool to rock with Trump. And I can relate this to a personal level because I too was one of these kids who was walking around saying F Trump everywhere I went. For example, the first presidential debate happened at my university and I was walking around saying F Donald Trump. I literally have a video of it still. F Donald Trump! And now I'm kind of like, damn, this is embarrassing. I don't agree with what I used to say. But what I do agree with is admitting when you're wrong or when your opinion changes. Because at the end of the day, we're not all gonna have the same opinion for the rest of our lives. We grow, our opinion changes, we see things go different, and you're like, you know what?
We're not talking about opinions here. We're talking about basic fucking morality. These mongrels in the White House are stripping women of their rights. Yep. They're stripping bodily autonomy. Fuck. Now they're talking about taking the right to vote away from women.
Yep.
What is the opinion on that? What is your opinion on that? Opinions are, how seasoned should your chicken be? How about this one? Does this look better than that one? Cane's Chicken versus Popeyes versus KFC. That's an opinion. Pineapple on pizza. Opinion. Morals? What the fuck? We're not. No. There is no opinion. Go ahead.
Please don't bring pineapple pizza into this.
Oh, no. I'm not disparaging it either. I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm joking.
Hell.
These people are absolutely disgusting.
And the fact that the guy who made this video said, well, I went from Donald Trump to, I was wrong about this or that. What were you wrong about? What were you right about? You know? Just because you are able to figure out a way to enrich yourself, is that the metric? Is that the standard? I've made a lot of money under Trump. So the fuck what? What good is it if your country is in ruins? I'll just go somewhere else. What a great elitist attitude to have. Fuck you very much. That's what scares me. That is what worries me. Right. Patriotic as well. Yeah, that's what scares me. I mean, I don't know. They say money changes you. I would be worried about making millions. Because I don't want to end up like that. I do not want to end up like these people. Where, you know what? Donald Trump's been good to me. I'm fine. who cares? You know, there's winners and losers, and I'm the winner. I mean, how do you go to your own daughter? How do you go to your own daughter and face your own wife and say, yeah, well, you're losing rights, but that's okay because I'm going to be doing just fine. I mean, this guy, what a fucking weasel. I got nothing good to say. I just want to get done with this video. Let's just finish it.
I don't think that anymore. And admitting that is part of growth. Now, a lot of us aren't politicians, so there's no reason to blindly hate people. And in my personal opinion, I feel like that's something we've all unconsciously been doing for a while, especially if you're a minority like myself. You've probably looked at Trump at some point and correlated him with being a racist. It also doesn't help when we got people like Kanye West, who have been vocal supporters of Trump and even went out of their way to go meet Trump, come out and support him during a time where it looks like he's having a serious mental breakdown.
But I love this guy right here. Let me give this guy a hug right here.
Yeah, I stopped the video right there. I couldn't take any more of that shit. I couldn't take any more. I'm like, it's revolting. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it is.
They're not speaking in code anymore. You claim you're a minority, okay? You think you're protected? Is that it? You've got people getting ripped off the streets by this administration. Oh, they're not racist? They're literally they literally instigated a Muslim ban. A Muslim ban that, you know, that's what they wanted. Now the court struck it down, but that doesn't mean that just because it was unsuccessful doesn't mean he's any less racist. Yeah, go ahead.
They passed that law in the UK this month.
A what? What law?
Anti-Muslim law. Anti-Muslim. If you protest or anything to do with Palestine, they arrest you under the Anti-Terrorism Act now. They label you a terrorist for protesting basic human rights. It is so disgusting.
Welcome to fascism.
It's
a soft shit. It's a soft tyranny. But yeah, I mean, we better start taking this shit seriously. And for Snoop Dogg to just to fuck over his daughters and wife like that, supporting a absolute fuckwit. I mean, you're right. He's right in a way. A cautionary tale of hating something without knowing why. I get that. This is what happens. It's like people who claim to be atheists and then they end up going back to religion because, well, I was wrong about this, wrong about that. Right. You didn't look into anything. You were atheist in name only. You didn't examine you didn't examine the claims made by Christians or by Christianity itself, and you didn't use skepticism and you didn't use scrutiny at all. So yeah, you went back to what you were comfortable with. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But for this guy, you know what? To be honest, I don't care if he loses it all at this point.
Inexcusable. No, me neither.
I'm sorry. I think it's a money bag thing. It's not a hostage situation. I don't think they have anything on him that would cause him to. I better. It's like fuck off.
I think he has sold his soul to the Trump cult purely because he was like, oh, I can make money off.
That's all it is. Absolutely, and he wants to get on the crypto scheme.
Yeah, he does.
I guarantee you, he's got his own NFT coins or whatever the fuck. Bitcoins.
But by supporting Trump and jumping on the bandwagon, he has completely destroyed the legacy that he built for years. He has thrown it all away for a few shekels.
Yep, he's wrecked it.
I hope it was worth it for him. Yeah, I hope it was worth it for him.
And the sad thing is, he'll do just fine, and this will be just another asterisk, a footnote in history. But I just when I was starting to respect Snoop and then this happens, it's like, fuck.
Snoop lost my respect the day I found out that he supported Trump. He lost my respect. And today now with Nelly just finding out now that he supports Trump, I've lost respect for Nelly too. I
and again, I
don't understand these people.
Well, once you realize money's involved, I mean, look at Puff Daddy Combs.
Yeah.
Sean Diddley.
He's another disgusting. He's another disgusting, vile person.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Sorry, just one last thought. I will never understand people willing to sell out their morals for money. How do they sleep at night? I don't get it.
Money is the coin of the loyalty is no longer the coin of the realm. Coin is the coin of the realm. Well, with that being said, I'd like to invite you to support us, please. If you'd like to hear more of us, hear more of the show, please consider supporting the show via Cash App, Venmo, and you can become a patron. We'd love to see you. Links are in the description. And again, you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads. I knew I was skipping some. Rumble and Kick as well.
Substack?
Substack is at the end. Yes. So please give us a follow, like, subscribe, and share. We would appreciate that. And with that, we will see you later.
Yeah. Good night.